Hi, Mr. Unkert here, and in this video, we're going to build a simple to-do app. And I'm moving out of my apartment, and I'm moving to Colorado this summer, so I have some things to do. So I'm going to put the microwave in the car. I'm going to add that task. I got to put the toaster in the car as well. Let me add that task. I've got to break apart the table that I'm filming this on. So I'm going to add that task, and I need to break apart the bed. Those are things I need to do today. So I'm going to add that task. Now I want to list what tasks I have, and I've listed them. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, I forgot. I already put the microwave in the car. Let me just click on that and get that out of the way. So this is the to-do app we're going to be building today. You'll see that the list tasks, once I've listed them, it's grayed out. And then I can also just remove all the tasks permanently. I'm going to do that. Now I could start adding tasks again with my to-do app. So I'm going to show you how to do this today using HTML, CSS, and just plain JavaScript. Okay, and to do this, I've been doing videos with different command line editors. We did Vim, we did Cocoon, we did Micro, and today we're going to do Nano. Now, there's a lot of internet hate on Nano, but it's a fine text editor. So first things first, though, let me CD into my projects folder, and let's see what I've got in there. Oh, I've got a to-do app, but I want to create a new one. So I'm going to create a simple to-do app. So we're going to start from scratch. I got to make the directory simple to-do app. Okay, now I'm going to change directory into the simple to-do app. And I'm going to create an index.html file. I'm doing that by typing touch index.html and a style.css file. Put a space in style.css and also a script.js file. Okay, I've created those three files, and I'm going to open the index.html with nano. So I type nano index.html. Oh wait, the nano command isn't found. Huh. Well, there's a way I can install it pretty simply. I'm just going to type sudo apt install nano. It's going to install it for me. It'll just take a second. And I'm good. Let me clear some of the stuff up. Okay, so now let's nano into the index.html file. And you'll see it opens up the Nano text editor. Now, this is, a lot of people say this is a basic text editor, but it is, you can do a lot of stuff with Nano. All right, so let's start by declaring the doc type. And I'm going to break apart this series into a few different videos. So we're going to start with the HTML first. And we'll start with that file. And you'll see Nano has some basic, simple syntax highlighting that helps a little bit. We're going to have a head. Okay, and we're also going to have a body. Okay. And then I'm going to, oh, wait, look at that. I spaced over quite a bit. I better fix that up. Okay, so I'm going to save this file right now, and then I'm going to hit Control X to get out of there. I'm going to move to my home directory, so I'll just do that by cd period or slash . Okay. And then I'm going to nano.nano rc. Okay, so I'm going to create a nano rc file. And I want my tab size to be 2 spaces. And the reason being is that I'm going to use Bootstrap 5 for this. So I'm going to say set tab size and then the space 2. And then set tabs to spaces. Okay. And I think I want soft wrap. Let me see if I can set that. Yep, I'm going to set soft wrap. I'm going to set no new lines. And I also want to set the mouse because you can use the mouse with Nano, and I want to do that. I'm also going to set number lines. Okay. Or maybe I'm not. Set number line. See, it's showing me red. It's like, no, you can't do that. Set number. Oh well. All right, we won't do that. I'm going to hit Control S to save and Control X to get out of there, and we're going to go back into the projects and the simple to do app folder, and then I'm going to nano into the index.html. Okay. So now when I tab over, you'll see it tabs over 2 spaces, and I forgot what it was to set number lines, but oh well. I guess we're not doing number lines. I'll come back to it in the next video. All right, so we're creating the meta information first. So we want to have meta character set of UTF-8. And we also want the viewport. So meta name equals viewport. Whoops. I can spell. The content is going to be width equals device width initial scale equals 1.0. Okay, close that out. We also want a description for the search engines because they need to know about my simple to do app. And the content for that is going to be, this is a simple to do app. Okay, and let's create a title. Simple to do app. And let's have a comment here. So I'm doing these comments with the left bracket, exclamation, dash, dash. And I'm making this comment for Bootstrap 5 CSS because I'm going to put that Bootstrap 5 CSS right there. I'm going to hit Control S to just save that for right now. And I'm going to go over to Google here and Google Bootstrap 5. Okay, and we'll see an introduction comes on up. I'm going to copy this CSS here. Okay, and then I'm going to go here and to paste it into my terminal, I do Control Shift V and that pastes it. And you see I have the soft wrap set in my Nano RC. That helps it soft wrap around. Okay, and I also want to bring in below this because I may change the Bootstrap CSS. I want to put my style sheet below it. So I'm going to put custom CSS, make a comment for that, and then I'll just do link rel equals style sheet, and then href equals style.css since it's in the same root folder. Okay, and that concludes what I need for the head of my document. So let's move down towards the end of the body, and I'm going to go back to the Bootstrap page, and I want to copy this JavaScript bundle. Okay, so I'm going to copy that, and even though we might not be using much of it, oh, and I should probably put a comment there. This is going to be Bootstrap 5 JavaScript, just in case I want to alter the file. So I'm on this line. To move to the end of the line, I'm going to type Control E. And I'm going to go below that and put my own JavaScript. So I'll just put custom JavaScript. We're going to need this to get the functionality of our to-do app. So script source equals script.js. And we're going to close out that script tag. Okay, Control S, let's save it. Okay, we're going to move on up, and I'm going to start off with a div class of container. Okay, that's going to make it so my stuff isn't just jammed up against the side. Okay, it's going to give me a little bit of padding. And then in Bootstrap runs on rows and columns, so I'm going to want a class of row because then I can put some columns in there. And then now I'm going to go over and have a div with a class of column. The breakpoint is large, 4 columns. And then another class offset-lg-4. That's going to help to center my content because I'm going to put my form in this. But I'm going to put a title first with a second heading with a class of text-center. That's going to center my text. And we'll call this the to-do app. You might want to space to-do and app apart. This isn't a grammar thing. All right, so form, action, we're not going to have any action to the form. This isn't going to go to any back end. This is just front end stuff. Okay, the method is going to be the post method. I'm just going to specify it. Again, it's just going to be front end stuff, but I do want to be explicit in my specifications. And then below that, I'm going to have a div with a class of margin bottom -3 and also text center. Although I added this, but I don't really need it. But anyways, all right, so we're going to have a label for the to-do. Okay, and then we're going to have an input, and the type is going to equal a text. Name is going to be to-do. ID is going to be to-do. And a placeholder we're going to have is going to be enter task, ... Okay. And all right, so we'll close out that label. And we're going to close out the div at the margin bottom of center. And then we're going to have a button. And the type of the button is going to be submit. And the class is going to be btn, and then another class btn success. So that's going to give me that green button. And we're going to call it add. We're going to have the text in the button be add task. And then we'll close out the button tag. And then we're going to go out and close out the form tag. So that's going to give me my submit button in the form. And then below that, I'm going to have a button with a class of btn, btn info, that's the light blue, and then text secondary, that's the gray text. And the ID of that is going to be list tasks, written in camel case. And our text is going to be list tasks. Now I want to have an ID because I'm going to use get element by ID later on to disable this button. Okay. The next button, we're going to have a class of btn and then btn danger. Okay. And oh yeah, I want the text light. So that's going to give me some white text. And then on click, I'm just doing on click for this one. We're going to have a function permanently remove. And all that's really going to do is just reload the page. And we're going to say remove all tasks permanently. And we're going to close out the button. Okay. And then we'll close out the div, the column div. So close that out. And then let's see, after that, we're just going to have to close out some other things. We're going to close out the row. Oops. And then close out the container. Oops. What am I doing? Okay, close out the container. Below that, we'll have another container. So do it with the class of container. And then we're going to have below that, we're going to have our row. We need to have that with Bootstrap 5. And then below that, we'll also have a class of column-lg-4 offset-lg large breakpoint 4. And then within that, we're going to have an ordered list with an ID of ordered task list. And we'll close out that ordered list. Okay. And then we'll close out the column div, close out the row div, close out the container div, and hit Control and save. And let's take a look at our index.html page so far. All right, and so we've got this. It doesn't look quite like this yet. It doesn't look that nice. We are going to make this nicer with a style sheet in the next video, and stay tuned for that. If you like this video, please smash the like button and remember to subscribe and hit the bell for the notifications. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.